Albino Lullaby is a horror game that boasts the fact that it doesn't use any jump scares or gore to make you wet your pants. Developed by MacLeod, the game does its best to focus on using the weird and unfamiliar to instill you with a vicious case of the heebie-jeebies instead of things jumping out at you and going bleh. It's important to note that Albino Lullaby isn't necessarily scary in the most regularly used sense of the word when talking about video games. It's more eerie, something that's gonna make your skin crawl and cause you to question the shadows in your own home that you've seen day in and day out. It'll instill panic instead of sudden spooks. It's also important to note that while they say no jump scares, there are certainly times when you'll just not see something coming. It's nothing as blatant as a sudden loud noise or something appearing in front of you or anything like that, but you can definitely turn a corner and find yourself faced by one or many grandchildren and feel the need to make your body make a very loud noise. Albino Lullaby is an episodic series with only the first part out right now. It's about 2 hours long, and while this is shorter than some episodic games like the Telltale series, and some people may feel like it's too short, it's honestly just right. The game has fantastic pacing. It starts slow and it's got a few chases scattered about, and then towards the end, it's pretty much just moments of panic broken apart by brief bits of respite. I honestly find it very interesting how Albino Lullaby plays with pacing. I especially find it interesting how they don't make the monsters hidden to you like a lot of spoopy games do nowadays. You see them front and center, you see their grotesque shapes, and you see them everywhere. You don't know what they are, at least at the start, and by the end you have some idea, but you're honestly gonna end up with more questions than answers, and that's awesome. If you pay attention to the notes that are scattered around, which you should, you'll find that they do a brilliant job of humanizing the weird potato soap sack looking things that are hunting you down. While not a lot has been revealed about the plot and the lore, I have no doubts that this kind of thing is going to play a huge role in the themes of Albino Lullaby. The more I think about it, the more I look back at the game and I notice little things that humanize them actually. In the beginning, there are a few that actually run from you, and as you explore, you'll find TVs, books, and toys scattered around. While you can't kill any of the potatoes that are chasing you, you can knock them over. About halfway in, you'll get Buck's Clicker, a device that creates a force field bubble in front of you that'll knock over grandchildren. It's only got one charge, and you need to use a recharging station to use it again. These stations are scattered plentifully around each area you wind up in, but you do need to think about the best paths to them, and in some cases plan ahead so that you don't get caught off guard by your gray pursuers. This adds a great dynamic to the many times that you're going to be chased and surrounded, and can cause some really exhilarating panic as you try to reach that little glowing station all the way on the other side of the room while everything goes to hell around you. In addition to the clicker, you get some matches that light the various blue lanterns scattered around the weird purgatory that you've somehow found yourself in. These lanterns will stay lit for a short amount of time, and the grandchildren are unable to move into their light. You'll end up using these to ward them off or to even cut off their pursuit entirely. To top it all off, the level design and art are simply genius. The chaotic cavalcade of areas you'll find yourself in are a series of smaller, more explorable areas that have you either sneaking around the grandchildren or running from them in full-on panic mode. There's a weird noise to the arrangement of the rooms and the decorations, and it's all accented by the textures that look like they're sketched into place. The music accents the areas that you're in and the chases that you'll be a part of, and the voice work for the grandchildren is strange, just as it should be, with each of them sounding like they've got water in their mouths. It's a unique tear away from the usual flavors of horror. Albino Lullaby has some very dark themes underneath the surface that I feel are best explored on your own. Some are pretty predictable and played out nowadays, but others are very unique and new, and I simply cannot wait to see where they go. You can pick up episode 1 for about 10 spook bucks, or you can shell out 25 for the season pass on Steam, Humble, and Indie Game Stand. If you're a fan of a more deliberate and subtle kind of horror, or even just the off-kilter things in life, then this is one for you. That is it for this episode of Indie Bytes. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Be sure to send me any indie games you think I should check out either in the comments down below or on Twitter. My handle's @forkh. You can also shoot me an email. It's fork4h@gmail.com. I will see you next time. Bye!